Hello, here we are again. Today we're talking about my favorite subject, and that is business. How not to be self destructive in your business environment. How to become a superhero of your own life in your business environment. There are a few different areas that we will cover, but for sure we have entrepreneurs, we have people who work for corporate world, and we have those who are working in some environment. If you are an entrepreneur and you are spending a lot of time in your office, working your ass off, you are basically 24/7 in your office, then for sure something is not right. Usually, people would say when you start your business, you need to, kill yourself. You need to give your best. You need to be there 24/7. Yes, you need to work more than you would work if you are working for someone, but that doesn't mean that you need to destroy all other areas of your life. And how does self-destruction looks like when you're an entrepreneur? It looks like working 12 to 15 hours per day. It looks like micromanaging. It looks like not really, giving your employees, if you have them, benefit of a doubt, letting them try, letting them, make mistakes, learn, grow. You're not being really a leader. You need to give your employees a chance to mess up, to make mistakes, let them learn, and you will learn through that process as well. Because when you are self-destructive, then you are doing everything against yourself. You are not living your truth. You are not doing what you want. You're not living your why. Why do you do that? What is the higher purpose of your work, of your business, of your company? Even if you're an employee of your job, why do you do something like that? What is there in for you, except for the money, except for the payment you get? What is the higher purpose? Why do you do that? And then when you get to that point, when you find what's your real inner truth, then you can change, and you can really change the way you treat your employees, your customers, yourself. Because if you're spending 15 hours per day in your own company, that's fine. Probably in the beginning you will need to work a bit more, but working for 12 to 15 hours most of your life or for many years, it will bring you only anxiety, stress, burnout, and you will end up feeling like shit. Again, we always get there. We always get to the fact that we're not happy. If we're self-destructive, we are not living our own truth. And how do you change that? Well, first step is to ask yourself, why am I working that much? What's the reason? What's the reason that I'm spending 15 hours in my office? Am I running away from my family, from my partner, from my friends? Is this really a safe place for me? Because we spend most of our life in the office, working. Maybe not in the office, but working. When you wake up, the first thing you do, you maybe take a breakfast and get out and go to your office or work from home now. But you work, and that's your focus. And most of the time, you don't have time for your family during that time, for your friends. You're just focused on working. And how do you do that? Why do you do that? If you're running away from your home, which is very often the case, then most definitely you need to have that conversation, with someone with whom you live and from whom you obviously need to get, take a rest or get away. And being honest to yourself, that's the hardest part. Like, be honest to yourself. Why do you work so long? Is it for money? Is it to run away from something? Is it to prove something to someone? Is it to just fulfilling your ambition? Whatever it is, just be aware of it. The other thing, if you're micromanaging your people around you and you're not letting them thrive and make mistakes and grow, and you think that you know better than them, most probably you're right. If you're a company owner or a boss, you're on that position for a reason. For a reason you know better than them. If they would know better, they would have their own companies probably. But still, you need to let people who you're paying to do their job. That's your role. Why else do you have, people underneath you if you want to do everything by yourself? So ask yourself question, why do I do that? What's in there for me? And please comment below which role are you? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you an employee? Are you working for a corporate company in corporate environment, which is completely different? Usually in corporate environment, in big, huge companies, we're just a small piece of the puzzle. And very often, we need a lot of work to get on top, to grow, to be seen, to mean something to someone, to your boss, to your colleagues. But also if you're one person who takes all the job, who will do everything, for everyone else, you will end up doing everything for everyone else forever, because you'll teach people how to treat you. Again, it's always about your behavior and how you train people to treat you in different areas of your life. If you want to change that, then definitely set some boundaries. You don't need to be the one that takes over other people's job. You don't need to be the one who's scared to go to their boss and say, I cannot do that. I have a lot of work to do. Can you please assign that thing to someone else? And also asking for a raise. If we don't ask for a raise in environment where we are employed, we will never get better. We will be stuck in same position and we will never really grow. Is that what you want for yourself? I mean, a lot of people are scared to ask for better conditions for themselves, and then instead of going to their boss and talk to him and ask for better, we just change job. We are unhappy, we're unsatisfied, nobody understands us, oh my god, frustration, anxiety, stress. Yeah, but that same thing will happen in the next position you will have, in the same company, different department, in different company, doing some other job. If you don't change your behavior, nothing will change. On the other side, if you're employee in a smaller company where usually everybody does everything, you can stand out if you are really working hard. But how not to be self-destructive in that environment? Well, the best way is to really be focused on your job, to be focused on learning and growing yourself emotionally, professionally, even physically. You need to be fit to be able to do all of that stuff. And then again, have a connection with your colleagues and your boss that's kind of both ways. Because when we are working in a smaller companies, it's very easy to go to self-destruction. We start feeling overwhelmed, we're doing everything, we're cooking coffee, we're going to the store to buy some, coffee for the office, we are taking the phones, we are calling customers, we are doing high-level consulting, you do everything. But then you end up being everyone instead of someone who you want to be. If you're not happy in that environment, then again, it's time to change something. Our brain works in a very specific way. By default, our brain will protect us. It's primitive. It's made for us to be protected and not to change anything, because when we start changing, we are in danger. Our brain sees us as being attacked, it needs protection, and then amygdala, that small gland, almond gland in the central brain, that's responsible for fight and flight mode, starts sending signals to our body. Bah, 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 you're in danger, change something, protect yourself. And then what happens is we close up, we don't do anything, we don't change. And the fact is that we need to break that. We need to rewire our brain if we want to thrive and grow. If you want something from your life different, rely on neuroplasticity. It's the ability of brain to change your neurosynapses. Neurosynapses are those small connections between neurons we create when we are learning something new, when we are doing things, when we are creating habits. If you create a bad habit of never standing up for yourself, asking for raise, doing everything that someone else is supposed to do, and being, that person that does everything, then definitely you need to change your habit. If you change your habit and your behavior, neurons in your brain will make sure to reconnect, to create through neuroplasticity new connections, and you will be able to grow. You will be able to change. You will be able to change your behavior, habits, and become a new person. That's what you want. If you're not happy with something, you need to become a new person. You need to change the habit of being yourself. The best way to do that is to be aware when you're doing something that you don't like, something that doesn't make you happy, and then just start doing things differently. There is a saying that you should always, when you're going to work or somewhere like some route with your car, or driving wherever you go, if it's very often the same route, you should change it, because that's how you learn your brain not to be on autopilot, but to really learn new things, new paths, new roads, new directions, new habits. And that's the best way to do it. So start doing that. If you need help, learn how to do it. The online resources are really huge. If you want to become a superhero of your online life, you can always join my program. It starts next Saturday in 10 days. I will be saying a bit more about it tomorrow. And start changing. Start becoming a superhero of your own life.